All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our final video of this shortened holiday trading week. And tomorrow is approaching. We're now facing the Take Back Friday. So here's what's shaping up for Take Back Friday and what we can expect thus far. Looking at theta, you notice that we still have the bearish trend momentum reading, and the market is still in the sell the rally mode, but it is consolidated up here. So very interesting turn of events, how the theta is slowing down right now. Next, we have the Zcash or ZEC price action, also consolidating, still has the locked in bear market. All right, you're in a locked in bear market with a locked in bearish trend momentum reading. And like I said, we do expect the price action to continue to head lower within this very wide Kumo cloud. Right now, this Kumo cloud is about $6 wide. So that's a pretty wide cloud. So I think we're just going to chop around that $6 trading range for the time being. Next, we have XRP Ripple. And this one still has the bearish trend momentum as well. And therefore, we're anticipating that this market is going to accelerate to the downside and put in a new leg down within the next day or two. So you want to be prepared for that. Then we have silver. So as you can see here, silver has given us this crash alert right here. Okay. Give us the crash alert into the close. So we expect for tonight into tomorrow's trading for the market to start to pull back and correct, as it is finding it difficult right now at the 32 level. And I think the market is trying to establish, like we talked about, making 30 the new support for the next leg higher, for the next rally explosion. All right, all things being equal, that's what we should see. We should see a repeat of this. So how you exploded, then you corrected a bit, and then you exploded with the new leg up. This should happen again. So for this time, the pullback should only stop. It should stop around the around $30. That should be the new support technically. You definitely don't want to see a drop below here, the bottom of the Kumo cloud. All right, and that's at 28.59. You don't want to see that. All right, you don't want to see that. You want to see 30 to be the new support. Okay, so that still gives you, like, $1.71 cushion, some give or take a few cents. So that should be enough flexibility for the market to just move around like this, chop around for a little bit before it's ready to rally again. So just like you did here. Back here, you figure your fall from grace wasn't that bad. You went from the 28.01 to 26.28. So yeah, approximately like somewhere within the range of the $1.71 pullback. Yeah, so this makes sense. So that's what we should see here. We should see a repeat of this. It should not be more exaggerated than this. Okay, it should look almost similar, identical to this pattern here. Should be developing now, and then the next leg, the next explosion or leg higher should take us to, I want to say, somewhere between $38 and $40. Okay, the next leg up after the market corrects and bases out again. Okay, so if you missed the first explosion here, you'll be able to catch the next buy signal, which should come at about, let's see, what is this, 2 weeks? It's 3, 4, 5. You got 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so this was like 2.5 weeks. So give it another 2.5 weeks. It should be almost pretty much a very similar pattern. And it should take about 2 to 2.5 weeks to finish. All right, so pull back. You got a $1.71 trading range coming up, and it should take about 2 to 2.5 weeks to complete before exploding higher to like $38 to $40. All right. Next, we have the Dow futures. So we finally have gotten below the Kumo cloud. The market is now gunning for this key support of 37,830. All right. So that's about a 400-point drop. All right. And then, but that's not the the only support. You have a cushion here, a little air cushion. So you have 37,830 down to this level here, okay, of 37,410. All right. So here is 830 to 410. So that's another 400 points. So we'll just go ahead and call it 800 points. So you have an 800-point potential drop to get until you get to this key support area here. All right. So this is your key area of support, these two zones right here. All right. If that does not hold, there is no more support in the market. Zero until you get down here to 31,600. All right. So you're looking at what is that? A 6,000-point drop potential coming in the Dow. Ouch. Be ready. Next, you have the NASDAQ 100. Now, the NASDAQ 100 is worse than the Dow as far as precipitation. All right. The celestial precipitation in the NASDAQ has the potential to be a torrential downpour because the tech sector has all been about one stock. This is all one company. Do you know that company's name? NVIDIA. This is all NVIDIA. And why is this worse? Because if 18K, which is a significant support, by the way, if it does not hold, where you have 660 points before you get there, all right, that you can still fall and bounce from and be safe. But if it does not hold, you have no support until you get all the way down here. All right, to 14,120. All right, so you have the potential, all right, of like a 4,500-point drop potential in the NASDAQ 100. That is staggering. That would erase the entire last year's gain. It would erase all of last year's gain. Yep. All right, so just look at this. Bearish trend momentum reading. We expect more downside. 18K is the downside initial target. It's also a key support area. Let's see what happens. Next, we have gold. All right, so you still got the bullish algo thing going right here, okay? It's right here, all right? So when you have the bullish algo shift going on, it nullifies the trend momentum reading until this falls off, all right? Or this turns green. So we're expecting gold to continue to grind out higher, all right, and come up here and test the 2,400 mark, all right? And if that happens, then this will probably turn back into a bullish trend momentum reading. Then you get back into a bullish locked-in bull market for gold. You're still in a bull market. It's just that right now it's been in a correction, but it looks like we finally hit a short-term bottom because you notice we've bounced. We turned green from here. They're not still red anymore. The market has ceased falling and is trying to rally. So bulls are defending the top of the Kumo cloud support area. Next, we have the E-mini S&P 500, and we are still red. All right, bearish trend momentum reading. 52K is a first level of support, but it's a soft one. It's a psychological type of support, followed by the Kumo cloud here at 5,135. All right. So you have you're definitely talking about at least 100+ point drop potential coming. If this support does not hold, like the NASDAQ, you will not find support again until you get down here to 4,119 in your S&P. All right. So just prepare for what could happen if these lofty supports appear do not hold. All right. Not saying this is going to happen. What I'm saying is right now, your bars are red, which means we're expecting more downside. Can it accelerate? Yes. That's the danger part of this. That is the danger part of the scenario. Next, we have crude oil futures. So crude oil has finally given up the ghost. Today, we turned red. We have a bearish algo shift now. So the rally is over. You had a 3-day rally and that was it. Now the market is ready to head back down again and come and test this support area right here at $76.05 a barrel. If this support does not hold, you will have no more supports until you get down here to $67.60. That is quite the drop. So you're right now preparing yourself for the probability of a $10 drop coming in your oil. So this bullish trend momentum reading has been negated until the bearish algo shift falls off. All right. Next, you have the euro. The euro is still green. The euro is still above the Kumo cloud. So right now we are anticipating that the bearish trend momentum reading will remain nullified for now. We're expecting for the price action to slowly grind higher as long as the bullish algo shift is intact. Next, we have the pound sterling. We now have red bars, which means we have a bearish trend momentum reading, which means we expect the price action to continue to decline. 126 is our key psychological support that corresponds with the top of the Kumo cloud support as well. That is our initial downside target. And so you have the potentiality of a 116 pip potential drop coming. All right. If that does not hold, then you have support down here near your psychological 124 area. Okay. Followed by the support area at 122.98. Followed by this support down here at 119.71. All right. So you still have a long way to go. And you still technically in the grander scale are still up here in the chop zone. All right, you're still up here in this chop zone. It's a very long sideways pattern with peaks and valleys. But look how long it consolidates up here. Stayed bullish up here though. The bias stayed bullish until it gave it up here. And this is what we're getting ready for now, the next leg down. Okay. Look at these potentialities. Next, we have the Aussie. So the bullish trend momentum reading has been negated here as well. You're still in a bear market rally mode, but because this has been negated because of the bearish algo shift, we expect the price action to continue to grind lower. 65 is the key psychological support area, and it is also the zone where your Kumo cloud supports are also waiting. And it's also corresponds to our downside target. So we are anticipating a possible 122 pip drop from current levels. If this fails to hold, then the market's going to come down here and test a longer term support at 62.78. Next, we have the Russell My Hustle. Bearish trend momentum reading still in effect. Your bars are red, which means we expect for the price action to continue to head lower. the top of the Kumo cloud support failed. The next target is the bottom of the Kumo cloud support at 2006. If that does not hold, then your next downside target is here. All right, it's going to be right here at 1969. And then you have a little zone here as well. And then the last but not least zone is here at 1913. So 1969 to 1913 is your zone, all right, of support. And the market will probably bounce around in between here, and we'll see. But it could also just cut through this like a hot knife through butter and keep dropping. If that happens, you have no more support until you come down here to challenge the 52-week lows, folks. Okay? Just letting you know what you're looking at, which means that after this, you're expecting the next down leg to continue to come and surpass this. All right, so bulls still have a chance to try to defend in this area. But once you break out of this area to the downside, all bets are off. Next, we have Ethereum futures. So we have the bearish trend momentum reading. The market is now in the correction mode, sell the rally mode. We are anticipating for the market to do a repeat of this back here, except we expect for this down leg to exceed this one and drop below down here to take out this support zone of 2861. But before we get there, we don't get it. Put the horse before the cart. The cart before the horse. 3,500 is your key psychological support and corresponding to the top of the Kumo cloud support as well. So that gives us a potentiality to drop $268 from current price levels. And then you have a pretty decent Kumo cloud here. So from 3,500 down to almost 3K. Then you have a key support area right here at 2861. If that does not hold, the next support is down here at 2165 and then 1779, so on and so forth. Okay. And then finally 1527. And then after that, you're wide open to the downside with the potentiality to drop below 1K. Now, this is a long, lengthy process, and we're just giving you the levels. Right now, the first and foremost thing is, will 3,500 hold? And then if not, will 3K hold? All right, so you got to get through all this up here before we start talking about all this down here. You got to first violate all this. All right, still in a bull market though. You're just in a bull market that is in a correction mode, and it's trying to not do a double top here, because if it double tops, you know where we're going. Next, we have the Bitcoin futures. Something interesting happened today on the close for your Bitcoin futures. We got the green shoots, right? All right, so the market is trying to reclaim the price action. The bull market is trying to reclaim the price action. Your trend momentum reading has not switched yet, though. It's still red. You still have a bearish trend momentum reading. But what has happened is that this bearish trend momentum reading now has been muted, all right, because of the bullish algo shift. So we expect price actions to the price action now to have bottomed out, short-term bottomed out, and to continue to grind higher now to take out, to retest and take out 70K. All right, so very interesting. So between tonight and tomorrow, we, going into the weekend, we expect the 70K to be challenged and violated to the top side. All right, so we expect higher prices in your futures. Next, we have the US dollar index. So the US dollar index, as you can see here, has red on your screen, bearish algo shifts. Okay, bearish algo shifts. So what do we expect? We expect the price action to continue to grind lower. It's inside the Kumo cloud now, but you do have a support area here of 104.41. If it does not hold, however, you have no more supports. You have the potentiality to have a monstrous drop below par to the long-term key support of 99.55. All right. But you're safe for now because you're still in the Kumo cloud. You're above the support area. You're safe for now. We'll see how long this can happen, how long this will last. Tough to say. We can only trade what we see, and what we are seeing is we're expecting more downside, sideways to lower prices. Bearish algo shift is still in effect. All right, folks. So tomorrow will be interesting to see how these markets close for the week. It was a short trading week because of the holiday, so we don't put a lot of stock in it, not per se. But it's looking like we're probably going to have a continuation pattern, meaning that the market's going to continue to fall and maybe sell off pretty heavy tomorrow. It's just you just never know. But that's what it's looking like according to what we just looked at. All right, so you guys know what it is, man. The system works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give them back. And on that note, it's time now to get our positions, our overnight positions ready. So pulse waivers, hang on a minute. We're going to go right there. The rest of you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on the next one. Peace.